Hi everyone, CraftyMama here. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fabulously well. What have I got going on for you in today's video? Well, I'm kind of excited. I love getting like retro craftings, things that you can make that are from, way before. And so I've been into trying to make paper beads lately, and I found this retro vintage kit that I am about to show you. It's the Amazing Bead Maker from NSI, that's Natural Science Industries. I was very excited to be able to get this at an awesome price. And it comes with bead maker machine, colored paper pattern, spacer beads, elastic string, jewelry findings, paintbrush, glue, finishing glaze, and easy instructions. It's circa 1994, which my daughter would have been about 5 years old. Don't know if we have this or not. I can't even remember. If I had this, maybe when I was younger, something similar, maybe not this exact model. But anyway, we're going to open it up and take a look at what's inside. It's brand new. Let's check it out. Let's get this box open, shall we? I am excited. Are you excited to see how it looks on the inside? I am. So, here we go. First up is the tray. It is a pink plastic tray. Nothing very heavy duty or anything. It just has all the little compartments in it. Then, of course, there is an instruction sheet. It tells you how to put the little display together and how to make some jewelry, how to wind it, things like that. There's a couple of these little tubes here with GL and GZ on them. There is also a bag of beads. There's white beads, there's black beads. Oh, wait a minute. There is also some metal findings. Don't want to forget about those. Yep, there's some metal findings to make jewelry in here. There's also some plastic pieces that I'm sure go together to put the little bead maker itself together. Another GZ tube of something, a sticker that says bead maker. Next we have nylon string, and there is also gold stretchy string in there as well. Here is a paintbrush, a blue paintbrush. Then there are some patterned papers. These are very glossy. They're only printed on one side. Oh, I thought maybe they were separate. It is one big sheet. Guess you gotta cut them apart. I'll just show you really quick the different patterns there are. Sorry about the glare, but they are super shiny on the printed side. And they have little lines and things on them. We'll see, get an idea what that's about. Then there is a template. Shows you how to make different kinds of beads. This is really neat. Let me turn it around. It'd be even neater so we could see medium tapered bead, medium semi-tapered bead, and more. Then it tells you before you start, you can make jewelry, Christmas ornaments, and so on using a colored paper from magazines, wrappers, newspapers, fabric, etc. Now there is a little clamp that I can use to put it on the table or whatever. I'm not going to use that right now, but I was just showing you how it puts together. Then there are two of the little bead turners. And this big bead turner is to make a bigger hole bead. The GL is for the glue. The GZ means glaze, I found out. I'm just trying to put things away in the tray before I get started. Cut open the different things, try to get a little organized because I am going to try to make some beads. And we'll see how that goes. And yes, like I said, there are metal findings. So I'm going to put the beads in. Actually, I found out these are black spacer beads and white spacer beads. And then, of course, there's a set of earrings, one pair set of earrings, and some other metal things to make the necklaces with. There's the metal barrel type closures that screw together that you can make necklaces, bracelets, things like that with. There's also this cardboard template that contains a bunch of different kinds of cardboard templates to make the different styles, lengths, and sizes of beads depending on how wide you cut your paper and if you flare it at the end, if it's more boxy at the end, if it's tapered. It all depends. According to this, your bead will come out different. Shows some of the pictures of the beads on this. Should be interesting. See if they come out. I will attempt to use the template because I am going to try to make, again, like I said, some beads so we can see how it works. I'm going to punch out at least one of these to get started. And I think it's going to be this one, which I believe is the medium tapered bead. And we shall see how that works for me. I'll punch more out, but let's just get started. Let me see if I can try this. Again, never used one of these little bead machines, but we are going to see what happens. So now, this is what I was trying to say about the printed paper. They do have lines, but if I were to just cut the way they have it on the paper is kind of weird. It's very short. It's a very short tapered or squared section for the beads. It's not long enough to really make a nice sized bead, at least not from the looks of it. So I'm just going to use the paper, and I'm going to take my little cardboard template here, put it up against it, and cut it. I realized when I was cutting out the sheets, I didn't cut super straight, but that's okay. You know, that's no big deal. I have other paper. I just wanted to try the paper they give with the kit. So I cut it pretty close to how my template is. I don't want to cut the template because it's only cardboard, and I'll just kind of, you know, take a little off the end to even it up. And that's kind of a little bit squared on the end, so I cut that off. And I just wanted to show you each of the rods. The wide hole one and the slim one have they open, so you can put the paper in. So of course it's going to be right side down. If it was double-sided paper, it might not matter, but it's not double-sided. So this is the way I'm going to do it, so you can see the printed design on the outside. And I found it easier to take the little rod off. I call it a rod. They say it's a spindle. To put it through the little slot in the rod. That's where it holds the paper to get started. So that's what I did, and then I'm holding it a little tight to get it going, and then applying just a little pressure as I'm holding it down with my hand, just light pressure. Again, if I had attached it to a table or something like that, it would be more stable. I did not attach it. I did add glue to the bottom, and you can glaze it when it's on this spindle rod. I'll glaze them separate from the spindle rod though, so I don't get glaze all over it. Here's how the first bead turned out. I'm not super thrilled with it, but you know, trial and error. It's my first bead. I'm going to keep trying some more. Well, take a look at my tray now. As you can see, I've made a lot of beads. Went to my kitchen table, cranked up the music, had my coffee, and I was getting into it. It was actually getting to be quite fun. So I just kept going. Now, as you can see, this paper, the way they have the lines on it, they only make the beads like 4.5 inches tall. So I just drew using my template. I drew the pieces on the back of this, and I'm going to cut them out. It was actually easier than using the actual cardboard pieces and drawing around them to just draw it out on a piece of paper for me. So I'm just going to try the glue that's in this kit here, and here's what I will tell you. This glue is like 28 years old. I opened it up, it kind of stunk, and it did not glue very well, I gotta be honest. So I actually went to my own glue, my trusty little glue, and I'm gonna use that from here on in. Probably won't use the glaze in the kit either, because that probably doesn't smell all that pleasant either, but that's okay. Everything else in this kit is cute and works and is functional. And I just keep making a bunch of the beads. I'm showing you the ones I'm making. I actually just wrote it on the back so you could tell which one, just for the fun of it. Like I said, I was enjoying this. It's relaxing, it's different. And there's all my neat little beads that I'm making. And the different widths and sizes, as you can see, they come up differently. You can use different colors. You can use newspaper. You can use magazines. You can use wrapping paper. You can use fabric, scrapbook paper. I mean, it's just endless. You can just have a lot of fun. If you had a kit or a roller, or just making beads on your own, you don't necessarily need this kit or a roller. But I'm showing you the different size beads. The larger roller made those big huge holes, and then the smaller roller made the smaller holes. I don't know what you need the big huge holes for. Maybe put a bead or something on the end when you're stringing it. And I made my own little drying mat. It's just foam, but I decided to decorate it for the fun of it. And what you would do is you'd put the bead on a toothpick, and then you can glaze it, or I've seen a lot of people use different nail polishes, either colored or you know, like ones with little glitter or something in them. I was trying to think of the word. So I'm going to use some glittery. I mean, since I used pretty patterned paper, if I would have used like notebook paper or newspaper or even old book pages. I might want to add a color, like a polish that's a color, make it look colorful. Now, glazing, painting, or polishing them helps in 3 ways with the beads. A, it makes them a little stronger because you're just using paper here. It also helps hold the layers together so it doesn't come apart anymore. And of course, it gives it a little shine, shimmer, or color depending on what you're using. In the future, I definitely want to try this using like book pages and plain paper, and then using my acrylic paints and different colored polishes to maybe make coordinating things for my journals and books, for dangles, things like that. You know, you can make a coordinated look if you're looking for a particular, bracelet or necklace or whatnot. So I think that'll be pretty neat. And I also want to try using the bead roller to make fabric beads. I think they would be neat too. Well, the only thing I have left to do is make a piece of jewelry really quick because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to make a bracelet. I tied a double knot in an 8-inch long piece of the stretchy string that came with the kit. And I'm just putting some of the beads I made and the white spaces on there and creating a bracelet really quick. Now, normally I would use a jump ring and maybe a clasp at the end, but for video purposes, just so you can see me make a piece of jewelry, get it done really quick and simple and easy, and there you have it. Ta-da! Here's a look at some of the different sizes and even more of a look at the different colors and prints and things that I made. Well, I hope you enjoyed my first venture into paper bead making. I certainly did. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending your time with me, Crafty Mama. Until next time, next video, goodbye for now.